I really don't want to make this video. My channel is less than 2 weeks old, and I'm already complaining about how YouTube operates. But screw it, I made this channel as a place for me to speak my mind, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. YouTube has recently been doing an experiment where rather than having someone's videos always have the thumbnails the creator has set for them, they instead have a small chance of having an auto-generated thumbnail. Which is maybe the dumbest idea I've ever heard. Apparently, YouTube's trying to see if videos with auto-generated thumbnails get more views than those with custom thumbnails, which I think I can speak for everyone and say that we're all more likely to click on a video with a handcrafted cover over a random still frame from the video. Sure, for something like a meme compilation, it doesn't matter whether or not the thumbnail is just a snippet from the video, but for most of the content I make, like media reviews and discussion videos, you want an interesting and unique cover to grab your viewers' attention, or at the very least something that actually fits with what the video is about. For example, on my review of When Dinosaurs Roamed America, YouTube decided that the best still frame of that video to pick was this one picture of some prosauropods I found on Google, despite the fact that no large prosauropods actually appear in the documentary in question. I used it in the video to represent some early Jurassic life forms because I was trying to get across how underrepresented this part of prehistory is in paleomedia, but it doesn't represent the video as a whole at all. Another example is my Top 10 Wanted Studio Series Figures video, where the auto-generated thumbnail is a random still frame of 86 Swoop. This especially doesn't fit because, one, I briefly brought up 86 Swoop to say how underwhelming he looks, but secondly, once again, he has nothing to do with the video as a whole. Someone might stumble upon that video with the wrong thumbnail and do one of two things. They'll either A, look at the thumbnail expecting a video about 86 Swoop, and being disappointed that Swoop's only in the video briefly to be dunked on, or B, they'll read the title and think that the video is extremely outdated because the thumbnail depicts a figure that came out months ago. Granted, that video was already horribly outdated because I made it all the way back in July, but you get my point. But you might be thinking, if it's such a big issue, why is nobody talking about it? Well, I've come up with a few reasonable hypotheses as to why there aren't more people concerned about this, other than the obvious, everyone's already too busy clowning on YouTube for the whole ad blocker situation. One, it's inconsistent. Depending on what device you're watching YouTube on, or the method of finding a video on YouTube, the thumbnail will flip-flop between being the auto-generated one and the custom thumbnail. On my laptop, on both my watch history and my channel page, my videos have the correct thumbnail, but they have a generated thumbnail when I search up said videos. But on my friend's phone, he gets the correct thumbnail when looking at my videos. On my personal TV, it has the correct one in search, but on my family's living room TV, it again has the auto-generated thumbnail. It's inconsistent, making it almost impossible to tell whether or not the problem has been resolved. 2. Most people don't watch their own videos. This one is a little more straightforward. Most YouTubers don't watch their own videos. They just publish them, stare at the analytics page of YouTube Studio for a couple hours, and begin work on the next video. Unfortunately for YouTube, I specifically make my videos so that I can go back and enjoy them as much as my audience, meaning that I am actually going to notice when one of my videos is given the wrong thumbnail. 3, and this is the main reason I think nobody's talking about it, I'm like 90% sure this problem is only affecting smaller creators. I think this to be the case because not only do I not see anybody with over 1,000 subscribers affected by this, but also because it's only small creators complaining about it. And I mean, it kinda makes sense. In the eyes of YouTube, we small creators are expendable. Aw, look at the little guy, trying his hardest to be a big YouTuber. He can't even monetize his videos if he wanted to. Nobody's gonna notice him getting abused by the system. Now look, to me, this isn't a huge deal. Sure, it's annoying, but it doesn't really matter because, to me, YouTube isn't my job. At the moment, this channel is just a passion project, a place where I can entertain and educate people about my interests, and where I can share my thoughts and opinions with people outside my small social circle, most of which require me to explain the entire lore of a given franchise before I can even get to the topic that I started the conversation for in the first place. I'm not making videos for money, I'm making them as a form of expressing myself. However, there are many small creators who do want to do this as their career. People who believe that they have what it takes to make it big and make a name for themselves. And it's not fair for these passionate individuals to be put at a disadvantage against those who already make a lot of money and have millions of followers on this site. To me, it's an annoyance, but to others it could make them entirely lose hope in YouTube as a platform. Oh, and I completely forgot to bring up the fact that a lot of people pay someone else to make their thumbnails for them. I make my own thumbnails in either Canva or Mematic for free, but I feel bad for those who spend real money on thumbnail commissions. So to any thumbnail artists out there, have fun knowing that, like the rest of society, YouTube's trying to replace you with AI. And to any small creators who pay someone to make their own thumbnails watching this, have fun knowing that your hard-earned money was wasted, and that most of your viewers probably won't see what you paid for. So YouTube, if it isn't too much trouble for a multi-billion-dollar corporation like you to handle, please remove this feature. It's clear to me your little experiment didn't work, and that once everyone's over your little ad blocker controversy, they'll be coming right back complaining about this one. So if I were you, I'd do something about it before the wider YouTube community catches wind of it. Thank you. Oh, also before I go, this is the thumbnail I made for this video. Comment down below whether or not this was the thumbnail you saw when you found this video, or if it was an auto-generated thumbnail. Thank you, and bye-bye.